Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stand. Manchester United 4, Newcastle United 1. I tell you what, we've been through the ringer tonight, but Manchester United totally deserved that result tonight. I tell you what, that's a takeaway. That's a Saturday night takeaway that Steve Bruce won't like. And he loves a Saturday night takeaway, but he'll hate that. Manchester United, absolutely fantastic tonight. I don't think anybody's going to deny that. And also, look, a massive shout out to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I mean, look, I think one of the most great things about life is when you get it wrong and you can say you got it wrong. And, you know, many of us were not happy with that team selection tonight. And I still actually think we're right not to be happy about some things. But he rolled the dice tonight. If he'd lost that game tonight, people would be saying, Ollie out, get rid of him. Pochettino's there going, me. We've just won a game 4-1. For me, we've just scored the best goal of the season in the Premier League. I think that goal that Bruno scores, the second goal, is one of the best team goals I've seen of the season across the whole of the Premier League. So you've got to give credit to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because I said it before the game. If he's going to win that game tonight with that team, it's not, unless it's a lucky win in a crap game. If he's going to win that game, it's going to have to be about tactics. And look, whether you're Ollie in or you're Ollie out, and I know people are Ollie out, and what I would say to those people is, you're still going to be Ollie out, because ultimately we've got PSG, Chelsea, Leipzig and Arsenal to come, and they're better than Newcastle, and we could lose all 4 of those games, and you could all say, aha, look at everyone who said after the Newcastle game, Ollie's back at the wheel, you prat. So look, this is a tiny step forward. We've got to take it into the next few games. But what I would also say is that it is a step forward, and you've got to give credit where credit is due. And we did play really, really well. And he did roll the dice. And I think that what I've always said that's very unfair is whether Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the right man for Manchester United or not, to call him a PE teacher and to say he's got no tactics, I would say to you, you've got no tactics and you don't know anything about football, because he has got tactics. He's always had tactics. He always wants to play an expansive, quick style of football. And I think sometimes, a lot of the time, we haven't got the players to do it. He wants to play that brand of football that we saw against Newcastle in the last 20 minutes. And I think when I look at that game, there's 2 things that stand out to me in that last 20 minutes. And one of them, Ollie made a mistake on, and one of them, he was justified on. The first one is, and I said this as well, and a few of you said it, pre-season. We didn't get a pre-season. And we were really unfit in the first few games of the season. And it cost us against Brighton. We got a late winner, but it cost us against Palace. And Spurs, we had 10 men. But it did cost us against Palace. We were slow, we were sluggish. Today, in the last 20 minutes, we obliterated Newcastle. Our fitness levels were better than Newcastle in the last 20 minutes. And we didn't have that in the first few games. So that 2 weeks international break where players have trained or they've gone on duty, it's given us more fitness levels for Manchester United. And that, to me, has been a big, big thing. And the second most important thing, and this is where those of us who moaned about the team are right, and this is where Ollie got a little bit wrong. When Dan James came off the pitch, Manchester United obliterated Newcastle, because suddenly you had players with football intelligence. Whatever you think about Dan James, if he had a brain in a footballing sense, he'd be a brilliant footballer. But he gets into positions and does the wrong thing. Whether he shoots from 30 yards, shoots where the shot's not on, doesn't play the simple pass. As soon as Van der Beek comes on, there is a player who is schooled in the Ajax way, who knows how to press and knows how to pass. And suddenly, we go from 1-1 to 4-1 in 15 minutes. I think when Donny van der Beek came on the... well, in fact, I know. When Donny van der Beek came on the pitch, it was 1-1 with 15 minutes to go. 15 minutes later, it's 4-1. Sorry to swear, but it's true. Dan James for Van der Beek changed the game. Bruno was superb. Mata was superb. Rashford was superb. But if you've got one player that doesn't have the same... is not on the same level as us, then that causes a problem. And I'm not, we'll do the player ratings. We've had 15,000 people vote on the player ratings. You can still do yours on the unitedstand.com. And we'll go through those in a moment. But Dan James, to me, if he's got a future at United or he hasn't, I'm not talking about that. When Dan James came off and Van der Beek came on, the quality level went from there to there. The football intelligence went from there to there. And Manchester United obliterated Newcastle because people knew how to pass and move. People knew where to find the pass. People got their head up. And it worked brilliant. And I said it when it was Mata, Bruno, Rashford and James. I think Rashford's guilty of it sometimes. He gets his head down, he doesn't see the pass. He was brilliant today, got 2 assists and a goal, and he deserved it. Fantastic from Rashford. He's not a number 9, but he did a good job there. And we had nobody else apart from Agallo, so we had nobody else. But Mata and Bruno at times were brilliant. But Dan James would break it down. Rashford would break it down sometimes. When Van der Beek came on, and Pogba as well, we had Pogba, Van der Beek, Mata and Rashford all knocking it about amongst themselves. You've got Martial and Greenwood to come back to that. And if we could, I thought McTominay had a bad game. I don't know why Fred got took off. I thought that was a mistake as well. But Matic sitting in behind those lot, you're laughing in an attacking sense. So I thought that made a big difference getting Donny van der Beek on the pitch. And I don't understand why Donny van der Beek's not playing more games. I've got to say, Ollie's got that wrong. Van der Beek is not a replacement for Bruno. Look at how they interchange with each other. Van der Beek can play. If you're going to play Mata as a right-sided midfielder, you can play Van der Beek as a left-sided midfielder, and we could easily have done that. Fred is the backbone, neat passes. Bruno with the fire, pace and skill, and Donny with the intelligence showed this today. Thoughts on Fred? I thought Fred was really unlucky to get taken off realistic. I thought he was superb. Very good away win, says Southpaw of Sports, and bounce back win for the club. First thing out of our some people is sit down Ollie haters. We wonder why this fan base is so fractured. I'm not going to say sit down Ollie haters. I respect our fan base, and I think that I don't like division in our fan base. I think if you're Ollie out, you've got a reason for being that, and I respect that. And you may well be sat here in a week's time after the Chelsea games saying sit down Ollie inners. I don't like that. I think you've got every reason to do that. I don't agree with it. The thing I would disagree with is, and the thing I find insulting and damaging, is this Ollie's a PE teacher bullshit. It's just, you know what it is? It's chip on the shoulder aggression. It's got no base. Like, this is Manchester United Football Club. Like, we are not just sat there in training playing TikTok. They are doing drills. And I've seen it many a time with United. Pass and move, pass and move. And what it is, the reason people think we don't have tactics is because we don't have the players to do it. And what you saw today, Mata and Bruno, time and time again, pass and move. I thought Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka were fantastic today. All right, Luke Shaw's deflected goal, but I thought going forward, really, really good. Imagine what Tellez will do. And Wan-Bissaka, he's back. He's back. And what a goal. Top corner goal for Wan-Bissaka as well. What a goal to score your first goal. But he was brilliant. St. Maximin did very little. I know he put McTominay on his arse a couple of times, but against Wan-Bissaka, he didn't get the better of Wan-Bissaka. Going forward, Wan-Bissaka won that battle. And a lot of people thought coming into that game, and I was worried as well, St. Maximin against Wan-Bissaka, I was worried. Wan-Bissaka won that duel. And you win your duels and you win the game. And he did really well. Donny is our super sub game changer, says Usman. I don't think he should be a super sub. I think he should be playing. Love the win. Really want to see Pogba, Bruno, Van der Beek going forward with Matic and Fred behind them, says Macagiano. Well, someone's got to get dropped for that to happen. Donny was bloody sick. Slick one-touch passing. Could have had a goal had Pogba played a better ball to him, says Sarab. And Mark, don't disrespect, but I think you're harsh on McTominay. I think he had a good game. I thought, no, Joe. It's all about opinion. I'm not going to take it as disrespect. It's absolutely fine. If you think McTominay had a good game, that's fine. I'm not telling you my decision's right. If you think he had a good game, that's fantastic. And in the context of the result, I don't really want to get into it. But for me, I thought Fred was very unlucky to get subbed. And I don't get what McTominay brings to the team. I don't. I think better teams are going to destroy him. He gets out of position. He gets beaten too easily. I think the reason McTominay had a good second half was because we dominated them in an attacking sense. Defensively, I don't really rate him. Do you think Cavani will be in the starting 11 against PSG, says Omar? Well, Martial can play in that game. And Mark, some fans are genuinely upset we've won. Why would you, look, why would you be upset we've lost? Like, why would you be upset that we've lost? I mean, if you're a Manchester United fan, surely take away the manager if you have to. That goal that Bruno scores, the second one, absolutely brilliant team goal. Like, if Liverpool score that, Lineker's got a hard on. It's a brilliant goal. The Rashford goal, what a ball. Let's talk about Wan-Bissaka. The Wan-Bissaka goal, Wan-Bissaka, Rashford, 1-2, bang, what a hit. And then the Rashford goal, and Rashford deserved that goal. But the assist from Bruno, like, I had people saying to me with about 15 minutes to go, Bruno's had a shit game today. And I said, he hasn't had a shit game today. Bruno is a player that takes risks. He'll put the ball over the bar. He'll play a pass that doesn't work. But actually, I thought Bruno and Mata played really well together today. 15 minutes after people are saying he's had a shit game, he scored an absolutely brilliant goal that he made himself. He was part of the making of it. And then, a couple of minutes after that, he's hitting a 40-yard pass again, and Rashford scores the goal he deserves. I thought Bruno was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You've got to understand what Bruno is. Bruno is a player that will take risks, and it won't always work, but he will take a risk, and that's how it works. So look, I don't understand why people would be disappointed or upset with the way that Manchester United played today, because it was always going to be stressful. It was always going to be... We missed a penalty as well. We missed a penalty, and it was a penalty. But 4-1, I mean, bloody hell. You know what? I sit here now, and I'm going to say I'm going to be an idiot here. But I sit here now. I see Liverpool have lost to Villa and drawn with Everton. I see Man City have lost to Leicester and drawn with Leeds. I see that Arsenal have lost a couple of games. I see that Spurs have lost a game. I see that Everton have drawn today. I see Chelsea have drawn again today and lost and drawn away to West Brom. Nobody is grabbing this league by that. And I'm not saying we can, because I still think the board has screwed Ollie over and screwed the fan base over. But I tell you what, imagine if we'd bought a centre-back in Jadon Sancho. What could we have achieved this season? What will we achieve now? We've got to go on a run. We've won really well today. Confidence is back. The last game we lost 6-1. We've just won 4-1. And I tell you what I'll say as well. I've got no problem with saying that over 90% of our fan base said drop Harry Maguire. Including myself. I was very vocal about it. He scored a goal today. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer stood by him. And I've got to say, fair play. Ollie got it right. Do I think Harry Maguire had a great performance? I thought his headed goal was good. I would question why he still lets crosses come across him and why Callum Wilson got onto that. But what a save by De Gea at 1-1. It needs mentioning. That save by David De Gea at 1-1, not many goalkeepers in world football can make that. I'm telling you now, watch it back on Match of the Day. That save by David De Gea tonight, where he claws it back at 1-1. If that goes in, do we win the game? Everybody in that team, bar one or two players, played their part. Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, David De Gea, and all the attacking players. And that save, to me, absolutely stunning. I mean, look, smash a like on the video for David De Gea, because he won't get any appreciation. And I think that save, it's like a hat-trick. Well, it's probably not quite like a hat-trick. It's two good goals, that was. That save was awesome from David De Gea. Fantastic. I agree with you, Mark. Level of football increased directly when Donny van der Beek came on. Solskjaer maybe don't play him, so the big upcoming teams cannot scout him, says Robert. I don't know. Look, you know what? I mean, let's not run away with ourselves. We're going to do the player ratings here. I think Ollie got it right today, and he deserves the credit. That's the bottom line. He got it right. Was there things to pick at him? Yeah, there was. I still think that the Van der Beek thing, it was the big thing for me. I don't understand why he didn't start the game today, because I think Ollie got that wrong. In a game where he got everything right, really, I think he got the Van der Beek thing wrong, because Dan James didn't bring anything to the game. Dan James is a pace merchant. And did that pace cause Newcastle problems? No. Did he get on the ball in good areas? Yes. Did he use it well? Not every time. I just think Donny van der Beek playing in the Dan James role with Mata and Bruno and Rashford, I think we would have took them apart. I think we would have absolutely took them apart. That's the thing for me. I'm not going to argue about Maguire. I think he did get that right. McTominay, I don't think played great, but it didn't matter that much. Dropping Pogba, I think sent the right message. I do. I think that was the right decision. I don't think Pogba, when he came on, looked that good. He did okay. Van der Beek did amazing. So I don't think Pogba came on and looked great. I still think Pogba isn't quite there yet, and I think it's a fitness thing. But the Van der Beek thing for me was the thing that Ollie got wrong the most, because he could have played where Dan James played, and I don't understand why he's not starting Donny van der Beek. I don't know. I don't get that. I don't get that. But apart from that, everything else fantastic. Jurgen Klopp and Sir Alex Ferguson spent years building their team. Ollie has to be given time. It's not a quick fix, says Shahid. I wouldn't go and make big statements like that, Shahid. I really wouldn't. And you know why I wouldn't make statements like that? Because I'm going to be arrogant now, but it's only Newcastle. And before the game, I'd say it's massive. We can't say it's only Newcastle because it's massive. And we can't say it's only Newcastle. But where we want to be, it's only Newcastle. But we got beat here last year. They beat us 1-0 here last year. We've just beat them 4-1. So it's progression. But it's not progression to lose to Spurs 6-1 at home. And it's not progression to lose to Palace. So it swings and roundabouts. And look, if you're sat here saying give Ollie time, and then next week against Chelsea we get beat 4-0, everyone's going to say he's not the manager again. So I don't want to make big statements about Ollie's the right man, give him time, because time goes very quickly in football. This is a step forward. I would be saying if I was Ollie tonight, well done. Really well done. That's the response I was looking for. Now do it against Chelsea next week. I mean, the PSG game's a difficult one. It's a massive game, but it's a difficult one because I'm like, actually, I think we'll get through that group even if we lose to PSG. But I don't think we can afford to lose to Chelsea next week. So to me, the Chelsea game's... PSG is the bigger game. It's the bigger spectacle. But what we do in that Chelsea game against a good footballing side, that's a battle. That is an absolute battle, that is. We've got 6 points. Chelsea have got 8. They've played a game more than us. We beat them next week. We go ahead of them and we've got a game in hand on them. So, massive game against Chelsea next week. We've got to build on this game. Should Van der Beek play right wing like how Mata plays, interlink with Bruno this season? I think Aditya, I quite like the idea of that. I quite like the idea of Van der Beek playing with Bruno. I think Bruno and Mata work really well. I don't think Mata can play at the highest level anymore. I still think that a better team would have exploited Mata. Mata played really well in the second half because we played in the Newcastle half. My fear about Mata, and the reason I said Mata's dusted in the first half, and I regret it a little bit, is that Jamal Lewis, when he got forward, Mata was nowhere. And obviously Mata was offside for the first Bruno goal. I think Mata's pace is a problem. When you've got the ball around the edge of the box, Mata's brilliant. But when he's got to defend, he can't do that anymore. Van der Beek could do that. And I think we always think, well, look, you want Greenwood on the right, Rashford on the left, and Martial up front. And it's pace, flair, pace, flair. You don't always need pace and flair. You know, Van der Beek could play one of those roles. And I think Ollie needs to realise Van der Beek and Bruno make United better. It's not Bruno or Van der Beek. And that is what I think he needs to learn. Awesome today, says 1988 Rick C. Man of the match is Rashford. Worked his socks off. Maguire was really good today. Just simple stuff. Please, captain. Must be more clinical to start. Yeah. You know what? Mark, all Ollie out wankers are choking on their shit sandwich right about now. James out and Van der Beek and Pogba in. The game changed right away. Wan-Bissaka is back. Bruno looked hungry for the win. Exactly what we're about. Glory, glory, Man United, says Enzo. Well, I'm not going to go down that route. I'm not going to start saying Ollie out, people are tossers and this, that and the other. Because, look, we've got big games to come next week. And they might be back saying, look, I'm right. So I'm not going to say that. We're Manchester United. I want us to be a United fan base. I wasn't happy with the team news. I wasn't happy with Harry Maguire starting. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's paid a lot of money to be our manager. And I want him to be right. I still think Bruno should be captain. I don't think Harry Maguire is a captain. Harry Maguire scored a good goal today. That's what we paid for him to do. I still think defensively he switched off a couple of times. But hopefully he can build on that. Ollie made the decision. He's been justified in that decision. I want him to make more decisions like that. I think the Pogba dropping was right. I think Van der Beek should have started and he didn't. So he got some things right, he got some things wrong, but ultimately he rolled that dice. He took a risk. We won very well. And I said it at the start of the game. If we're going to win that game, we're going to have to play good football. And we did play very good football. If you check my tweets, I said it in the first half and I said it in the second half. We're actually playing good football. I thought Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka were brilliant. Imagine when Telles is playing in that role because he's got way more going forward than Luke Shaw. They were brilliant going forward. They were very good defensively. I thought Luke Shaw was unlucky with the first goal. It was down to McTominay, Fred and Dan James and Lindelof. If you watch the goal back, they're all out of position or they get turned too easily. But look, it deflects in off Luke Shaw. We go 1-0 down. We come back and win 4-1. But as I said, I'm going to do the player ratings now. But as I said, for me, the two things that stand out, fitness, our fitness in the last 20 minutes, we didn't have that before the international break. So I think you've got to take a big bit of notice. What I was saying and what some people were saying, we weren't fit enough in those first 3 games because we didn't have a pre-season and people were going, wow, look at City. Yeah, City lost the game and drew a game as well. City weren't at the races in those first 3 games like us. I think we were massively hindered by no pre-season. Now we're on a level playing field because we've had an extra 2 weeks and Newcastle couldn't live with our fitness levels in the last 20 minutes. So we're benefiting from that. And then the biggest thing for me, Dan James comes off with 15 minutes to go. It's 1-1. Donny van der Beek comes on at 1-1 with 15 minutes to go. We finish the game 4-1. You take a player off who was getting in good positions but didn't have any football intelligence. You bring a player on who gets in the same positions with football intelligence and you score 3 goals. That was the killer change for me. Dan James, I want him to do well. He's lacking football intelligence. Van der Beek comes on with it and everything clicks. And that was it for me. Wait till you hear Bruno's interview. He gave so much info, says Frank Lucas. I'll check that out. I will check that out. Let's do the player ratings then. I know a lot of you get excited about this, but I have a lot of things I have to get off my chest. So, here we go with the player ratings. It works. Let me just refresh it as well because this will be the most accurate way of doing it. So we refresh. 20,000 people have voted. This is why the United Stand player ratings are the best player ratings. None of this Manchester Evening News or Daily Mail journalists giving their own ratings, or even me. Because when I click my score, 20,000 of yours is aggregated. You can do it on the website, unitedstand.com, after every game or in the last 20 minutes. 8. Yes, 7.8. I'm happy. Well done to all of you for giving David De Gea nearly an 8, because that save was world class and he made other saves. And the thing about David De Gea is, I know he's got Henderson behind him. People in the first half, when David De Gea got injured, some people in the live comments were going, good, get Hendo on. I lost it. I said, what are you on about? Even if you want Henderson to be in goal, why would you wish injury on David De Gea? He's been a bloody great for this club over the years. Why would you wish injury on him? The first 3 games of the season, we conceded 11 goals. None of them were his fault. The Luke Shaw goal, not his fault. It's weird to let 12 goals in and not be at fault for any of them. But he made some fantastic saves today. I thought he was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Wan-Bissaka, 8. Yep, 7.5. I think you've got to give him an 8. He pocketed St. Maximin, who's Newcastle's best player. He got high up the pitch a lot. He put good crosses into the box and he scored a great goal. I think for a full-back, it's got to be an 8 for me. Lindelof, 6. I'm not yet. Well done, everybody. 6. Yeah, let's not run away with some of these players. I mean, Lindelof, first goal was on him. Stupid. Got turned by Callum Wilson. I don't think our centre-backs played brilliant defensively. I just don't think we let them get near our centre-backs. So I think Lindelof is 6. Maguire, again, I'm not. Yeah, 7. I tell you what, we're on the same level. We're on the same level. Very good goal from Harry Maguire. Didn't do anything wrong, but defensively a couple of times I was like, what are you doing there? But 7, better than average, definitely. Luke Shaw, 7 for me. You see, you've gone wrong there. I think that's an agenda, but look, I thought Luke Shaw played really well. The goal wasn't his fault, really. And I thought he got forward really well. I would have given a 7. So I think that's a little bit low, but whatever. McTominay, 5. 5.3, so we're not far off there. I don't think McTominay played well. I thought he was very lucky to stay on the pitch, and I thought Fred was very unlucky to be taken off. I didn't think McTominay was that good today, to be fair. Fred, for me, I'm going to give him a 6, 6.2. You can't give him a 7 because he was taken off, but I actually thought Fred was doing a good job. I do. I don't think he was doing a bad job at all. So, yeah, I don't know what people think about that, but I thought Fred was very unlucky to be taken off, and I thought he had a good game. Do the ratings fast, says Sav. All right, I'm working through it, mate. It's your votes as well. Okay. Bruno. I mean, Bruno's a really hard score to give. Missed the penalty. World-class assist for Rashford. Brilliant goal. Interplay with Mata throughout the game, and then in the last 15 minutes was superb. I'm going to give him an 8. Fucking hell. I nearly gave him a 9. 7.6. I think there's people with a Bruno agenda. I actually think we've got people in our fan base who don't like Bruno. I don't know what you think, but I think there are people in our fan base. It's becoming a bit like a Martial. I tell you what, I don't like Bruno, Mark. I don't. I thought he was shit today. I really do. But he is a bit like Marshall. He divides the fan base. Well, Ricky will do his fan cam in a bit, but I thought Bruno was an easy 8 today. I was thinking about giving him a 9. That assist for Rashford's world class. The goal, he didn't need to finish like that. World class. I mean, they are what he did today. I don't think people get it with him. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, 7.6 for Bruno, voted for by you. 8 for me. Dan James, 5. Yeah, 5's fair. I wouldn't go lower than a 4. I don't think he was awful, but I think, yeah, there was a big difference. Mata, 8. 7.2. I thought Mata played really well second half. I give him a lot of stick in the first half, but I thought he played really well in an attacking sense, and that's what we did most of in the second half. Rashford, for me, 2 assists and a goal, 8. 7.5. I tell you what, you lot are quite harsh. You're quite harsh. Between a 7 and a 7 and 8. I'd have given him an 8. Pogba, just a 6. 5.8, yeah. About right. Van der Beek, I think you've got to give him a 7 for the time he was on the pitch. 6.6. Matic, I didn't even know he was on. 6. 5.9. And Ollie, well look, I said if we'd drawn that game, I would have given him a 5. He made big risks in his team selection. If you make those risks, you've got to win the game. Not only did he win the game, he won it 4-1, and we played good football. So for me, I'm going to give Ollie a 7. 6.9. I tell you what, well done. Well done to all of your votes, because I didn't think you would go with a 7 with Ollie. I thought it was going to be more around a 6. So I think you're absolutely spot on. If we'd drawn that game, he's got to get a 5. He made big decisions and it backfired. But to win 4-1, you've got to give him his fair dues. And I thought he walks out right today. I hope he does it against Chelsea next week. So I've just got to do my man of the match. Who is your man of the match? And this is where I'm going to go to the live comments. Who is your man of the match? Because I'm stuck here. And when I hit a star on my player and hit vote, it's going to reveal who you voted for your man of the match. So I'm interested. Remember that there are trolls voting one, so the average score will always be a bit lower. So yeah, Gustav, you're right. You're right. That's why the more people who vote, it's the better. You know what? Man of the match is really hard. Really, really hard. To me, it's between Mata, Rashford and Bruno. Yeah. Welcome to the members club, Jamie Griffin. Thanks. I'm not going to dwell on this. I'm not going to milk it. I've got to give him a man of the match. So it's Rashford or Bruno for me. I've got rid of Mata now. 7.6 plays 7.5. You know what? I'm going to give it on your scores. So 7.5 for Rashford, 7.2 for Mata, 7.6 for Bruno. I'm going to put Bruno as man of the match. It was very close between him and Bruno. And 28% of the vote. So it's not even a very high. That's not very high. So that means that the vote has been split quite a lot amongst you lot. So that is really, really good. So smash a like on the video if Bruno was your man of the match. Hold on a minute. Yeah, Bruno man of the match. Smash a like on the video if he was your man of the match. The one thing I was trying to check there is, and just bear with me, we're only 10 subscribers away from 875,000 and there's 44,000 watching. So please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner, and we should go past 875,000, which would be great. But look, I thought Manchester United today played really, really well in that last 15 minutes. I agree, Mark. Fred was good today. I feel like his passing is so clean but could improve. He will be a big part in the future. Thoughts on this? Yeah, but Ollie doesn't seem to like him as opposed to McTominay, and those things worry me a little bit. Here's another positive. Fresher, Martial, Cavani, Van der Beek, Matic, Greenwood and Telles for PSG. I think Van der Beek will play a bigger role in Europe, says Knuckle. And hi Mark, try to get someone from the club to hear his fans on a regular basis. We're 100k short of 1 million members. Cheers on the good job, says Kanishka. Yeah, remember we've got Flex is now live, and I think the link is in the video description. Live fan reaction show link. He's got Beth on. Remember Beth from Friday night? She was very strong, opinionated on Friday. KG is on, Flex is on. So for the next hour, they're going to be chatting about the game. Get over there. Link in the video description or go through the homepage. Also got Ricky's fan cam to come, and Flex has got his match reaction. So loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of discussion still to come. I'm very, very happy. I'm going to get another glass of red wine. But remember, this is only the start. This is not a victory. This is a step forward. There can be steps backward. There needs to be steps forward. We've got really hard games. PSG, Chelsea, Leipzig, Arsenal. It's exciting. Can this team build on that confidence today? It must. If it doesn't, we're back where we were. Is Ollie the man? So we've got to build on this. I'm not blind to the people who are not happy. I'm happy. I'm very happy with that last 15 minutes. I still think we need to improve a lot. I still think the board have hung Ollie out to dry and the fans. But can we build on this? There's nowhere to hide over the next week. I'm very excited going into those games, but my eyes are wide open to the fact that there could be problems. But we had to win tonight, and we won really well. And I'm looking forward to watching it on Match of the Day. It was worth waking up at 6 a.m. on a Sunday to watch that, says Morris. It was fantastic. Welcome to the Members Club, Ronald de Tervel, and invade. I want everyone to go over to Flex's show and say raid in the live comments, because he still doesn't know what a raid is. So links in the video description for it, or just go through the homepage. Raid. I'm going to jump on there now. And I wonder if KG's got his condom hat on. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Speak to you in a bit. Fantastic show. Fantastic night. Let's raid.